Well, it's another episode of Comic Haul. This time I got more comics to share with you. It's a pretty big batch, just like the episode 14. This time, thick. More right after the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Comic Haul. Time to share some of the comics I bought this weekend. I was supposed to upload this yesterday, but I couldn't because I've been having some upload issues with my internet, and I don't know what's going on, so I think I need to buy a new modem router. But enough of my internet problems, you probably don't want to hear it. It's boring stuff anyways. Time to share with you what I got this weekend. Coming up at number 1, I have... Excuse me, I'm just moving some stuff here. I have Venom number 154. Eddie Brock is back as the big bad symbiote, Venom number 154. It's great stuff, man. I'm loving it. Almost as much as I loved Venom Lethal Protector. I actually managed to read all of these comics, so I'm up to date. And it's really good stuff. You know, it shows the daily life of Eddie Brock and the symbiote. And he communicates with the symbiote on a daily basis. And he talks about protecting the innocents because that's what he is. Venom is now a full-fledged hero in his own series, and it's awesome. Go pick it up. It's really fun to read. I really got engrossed into the stories. Go ahead and pick it up. It's amazing. Coming up number 2 is Lethal Protector Part 1. So this is what I was talking about. Lethal Protector Part 1. I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say that Venom, you know, just like I said before for the Venom 154, it's about Eddie Brock in his daily life and just, you know, dealing with the fact that he's a hero and he's fighting criminals. Albeit a bit scary while doing it because Venom is not a pretty sight to look at. But Venom Lethal Protector is a great run. The original was a great run. The new one is a great run. And then I was really excited when this one came out because this is Venom Lethal Protector, continuing the series, number 156. Kraven the Hunter is in this story. He makes a very formidable foe for Venom and Spider-Man. So we can now consider Kraven the Hunter a Venom villain as much as a Spider-Man villain. And the fights that they have in these comics are really cool. Don't want to get too much into detail on that, otherwise this video would be very long. Next is Venom Lethal Protector, number 157, continuing off of that one, obviously. Great story, gotta read it. I loved it. I read them all today. Okay, so continuing on from my comic haul, I have Dark Knight's Rising: The Wild Hunt. This was in my file at the comic shop, and I'm glad that they saved these for me. I have a file, yes I do, so whenever new issues come in, I'm the first one to get them, and they are being held for me. They put them on hold for me. I just simply walk in, go pick it up, and I'm up to date with the latest comics. You know, these suckers are selling for like $10 each. Not this one, not the recent one, but like the other ones, like the other one shots of DC, Marvel, DC. DC Dark Knight's Metal, they're each individually selling for $10, like the special holographic kinds, like the first printed ones. And I'm like, well, it's a good thing I bought them the first time they came out because they only sold for like $3 or $4.99 each. Now they're selling double the price. So if you ever come across first prints, they're rare. So if you want to be one of the first ones to get them, be sure to buy them as soon as they come out because you're probably never going to see a first print ever again. Alright, now this one's a pretty special one. Not as special as the first one, but this is X-Force number 2. This is special because this is the official second appearance of Deadpool. And yes, this is a first print. This is from the 80s. I'm like, second print of Deadpool, I gotta have it. So I managed to pick this bad boy up at the comic shop that I go to. And I'm lucky to have it. I don't have the first print because, one, the first print with Deadpool's first appearance goes for like at least almost $1,000 or so. And I'm not about to like drop one, a grand on a comic anytime soon. The highest I've ever dropped for a comic was $300, and that was for Spider-Man number 300. So yeah. Okay, next, this one is very special. I bought this in a bin, and it's a storyline in the Ghost Rider comics. I'm not a huge Ghost Rider collector, but let's just say this is special for one reason. And the only reason I can say is lights. Yes, this comic glows in the dark, if you haven't noticed. I hope my camera picks this up, but it looks like it is picking it up. It really does glow in the dark. So if I put it out back here, you can see it glow. Well, my computer screen is on in front of me, so that's why it looks the way it looks now. That's why you can see a little bit of glare from the computer screen, but it really does glow in the dark. So yeah, lights back on. Yeah, so this is a really special comic. This is the first official glow-in-the-dark comic. Really rare find. I'm like, yeah, I gotta have it. First official glow-in-the-dark comic. You never come across these bad boys these days. Usually when you come across Ghost Rider number 15, they're usually like second or third prints, which don't have the original glow-in-the-dark feature. So yeah, Ghost Rider number 15 through number 18. This is also a nice hot cover. This looks like it could be a really cool paint job on like a car, or like one of those muscle cars or a truck. So yeah, definitely pick this up if you get a chance. If it glows in the dark, then you know you got the real thing. Next up, okay, so I bought this in a bundle. I didn't have a chance to buy Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, actually. Surprise, surprise, I'm a Spider-Man fan, but I usually collect like the Amazing Spider-Man, like the originals, old school ones. But I was like, you know what, the hell of it, the hell with it. Like, why not just pick up the new stuff? And it's actually not bad. There are some revelations that made me go, oh, that's really strange. Being that the first revelation was that Peter Parker has a sister, surprisingly. I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work, but I want to read more into this. So that's why I bought Spider-Man, Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 1 through like 6, which came bundled together. They're numbered really weirdly, so I bought them all together. So there's number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6. Bought them all together for one price, so I can be caught up to date, which I managed to get caught up to date by buying these because I also have the rest, and they're numbered differently. Like it shows 1 through 6 there, but then it continues from here, from the Most Wanted storyline. So this is Marvel Legacy number 297. So they went back to the original numbering system. So this is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 297, and this is number 298 right here. Black Panther's in this issue, so I can't wait to get to this one, but I have to read the rest. I was actually in the middle of reading this series shortly before I started recording this episode of Comic Haul. So, and then the latest, and then the next one comes out February 28th, which I cannot wait to continue. But I got to read all these first before it gets to that point. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this. So yeah, big comic haul, guys. Like, got a lot of comics to share with you all. So it's a pretty exciting episode. Mostly Venom and Spider-Man themed, that's for sure. And I love those characters. They're like my favorite. The Spider-Verse is really, really cool. I'm not reading the Spider-Man or Spider-Verse stories, but just everything Spider-Man related is really cool because Spider-Man's my favorite Marvel superhero. He's the first Marvel superhero I've ever discovered, and it holds a special place in my heart, really. So yeah, I thought I'd share that too. I mean, you guys know who watch my videos that Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. So yeah, hope you guys liked this episode, and that is it for now. Thank you for watching, guys. If you are collecting any comics, reading any of them, think you can suggest any to me, please comment down below. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.